The world would be a way better place if there was no religion. You do with that what you feel, but like I said, like religion is probably like one of the most downfall of men. Like wars have been started for fucking religion for the dumbest shit.
Millions,
feel me?
billions
like
dead.
People have been slaughtered because of religion
Because
purposes.
of their belief.
Like, all because what? I believe in a different God than you.
That's
like this shit is so stupid to me. Like,
or to force somebody to believe in what you believe in if they don't believe in anything.
Exactly, and it's just it makes no sense to me, and I feel like people should grasp the concept of that better.
I feel like with everything in the world, though, things started with great purpose, and eventually, as it evolved, it declined in usefulness and in appropriate usage for it. Yo, welcome back. This is the Lunchroom Podcast. This is an episode that I think people have been waiting on for a while because of the fact that we have gone on a hiatus, and I feel like we need to explain that.
Nah, this hiatus right here is a good one.
Time out. He guaranteed. Listen,
that
we wouldn't go another one. That's why I said I wasn't making no promises. I told niggas that.
I've been saying, yo, niggas be alright.
I was making no promises.
Niggas did not expect to have another hiatus, at least so soon. But it's a positive one. You understand what I'm saying?
It's a life.
Because me and my son Ray right here, we both are doing things with our lives, our careers. Tell them more.
We actually getting our lives together. For me, I actually finally got a new career path. For me, I work at a school now. You know, I work with kids. Something I always wanted to do.
If you don't know that was just Ray's. That's his thing. Like that's something he's always wanted to do. So
I go to work happy now. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a different feeling. But that is also the reason why I'm gonna be wearing a mask. Because apparently this morning there was a positive case for one of the kids in my grade level. So I'm just doing it.
Due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate Ray. We appreciate him.
They can't see my gorgeous today, but it's all right.
It'd be like that. But with that being said, let's introduce the show properly. I am Dapper Dan. If you don't know, across from me is... This is weird.
Yeah, it is.
Across from me is Ray, a.k.a. the movie guy.
The kids actually can't say my last name either.
They can't like say it?
They literally, I don't know what it is. Ever since I've been little, for whatever reason, people think there's an L in my last name. They say Figueroa.
Nigga, what?
And I'm like...
That's like the Key and Peele shit. A-Rod.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I literally break it down in decimal... in syllables... And
niggas
I think it's a lisp thing. You know, they're still young.
It's not that difficult, though.
I'll just be like, yo, at this point, call me Mr. F, son.
Mr. F.
Mr. F.
Niggas don't know about that,
Speaking of Mr. F, I got my guy Fritz next to me. And behind the camera, as usual, and on the invisible ghost mic is our guy Fredo.
You didn't even talk about what
because he wanted to do, let's introduce ourselves.
The conversation had stopped.
It didn't stop. It was a very brief pause.
There was a pregnant pause.
It was a very brief...
Pregnant pause is crazy.
I've never heard pregnant pause.
You never heard pregnant pause?
No, I've never heard
Wouldn't pregnant pause be long?
Look.
It's not months.
A pregnant pause is just an expression.
A long pause?
I've never heard
it's like it's like a decent pause.
I've never heard pregnant pause in my life.
If you go to your family members, they know what a pregnant pause is.
I guarantee nobody in my family knows what a pregnant...
If I told Siri, what's a pregnant pause?
That's Siri. I'm telling you, just said my family, my Haitian family.
All right, well, you maybe not your...
Do it right now. Do it right now.
Siri, what is a pregnant pause? Oh, that's not gonna read it. It's a whole thing, but this is Wikipedia.
Niggas sent them to a Wikipedia.
What does it say?
A pregnant pause is a technique of comic timing using to accentuate a comedy element, which uses comic pauses at the end of phrases to build it. So it's a pause. It's basically a pause.
I understand.
Because you know how Dave Chappelle, like, he does his jokes. And then there's his cadence.
Nah, it makes sense now. It makes sense. I thought you was making that shit up.
You just used it very wrongly.
It's not very wrong. It's still a pause.
I thought you was making the shit up.
I just never heard that before. But I work at, y'all know about Wilson, the sporting goods, you know what I'm saying, with the socks and the footballs and the tennis rackets and all that. There's a new flagship
There you go.
That's going to be open in New York City, Soho. I worked at the pop-up shop right next to it. You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing experience, bro. Y'all definitely should pop out eventually. We're going to switch over to basketball and football, but probably by the time this episode come out. So it's wavy, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do.
But see, look at us doing shit, man.
Is the conversation over? Can we move on?
It was a pregnant pause.
But how pregnant is it? Is it?
By the way,
The third trimester.
he wore his hat because I wore his hat.
First of all, I haven't even seen his face.
He wore his hat because I wore his hat.
I haven't even seen his face. We didn't discuss any.
It's alright, bro.
outfit. We didn't discuss any. Outfit.
It's all right, bro. You went with the black, I went with the white.
We didn't discuss.
It's
this.
cool.
But hopefully, going forward for me, we gotta figure out some scheduling things. Since
Yep.
But now that we back. Hopefully, we don't go on another.
Yeah, we just felt like we had to give y'all something, so we kind of, I try not to do the Friday thing, but hey, we're here.
We are here.
But let's get into it. So, Lunchline Chatter. I don't have the cord because it don't be working anyway.
God
so
damn it.
I just left it alone. So we're gonna hop into the Lunchline Chatter.
What was the drop?
I got news.
Oh yeah, I got news for you.
Yeah, but one thing came across my timeline, and I just wanted to talk about it with you guys. 'Cause I thought it'd be kind of cool, funny topic. Florida woman was arrested over allegations of helping her son fight another child. Now, as much as I kind of do want to get into the story, there's a lot of aspects to it, and I don't want to spend too much time going into the aspects of the story because I don't want to spend too much time here. But I did want to bring up this question based off this headline. That being, if your child, daughter, son, is getting beat up on by a person at school, this is two parts, but I asked the first one. Is it getting beat on at school? What are you going to tell them to do?
Fight back, nigga! Nah, I'm definitely telling them to defend themselves.
You tell them to defend themselves?
Yeah.
Fredo, how about you?
Yeah, like it. Fight the fuck back.
All right, so for me, I'm gonna advocate for fighting back. Also, telling a teacher or something like that, just to get involved. Because I don't want my kid to get in trouble unnecessarily. Because sometimes you get caught and you wasn't really the aggressor in situations. You know what I'm saying? It happened in football all the time with penalties and all that stuff. So I just would like to get a teacher involved. Mm-hmm. Now, second part is, what do you do if A, your kid is getting beat up still, and B, nothing's being done about it by the faculty?
Nothing's being done about it.
Nothing's being done.
I'm gonna rip the child off my child. I ain't gonna beat the child up, but I'm gonna aggressively rip the child off my child.
Because what if you go there and that child is, let's say, 12-year-old, and Ray works at a school now. These are some big kids.
There was a fight on Wednesday.
You might need to really put some oomph into
that. Wouldn't be no problem.
Kids
bro.
getting taller.
That
the girls
wouldn't
is
be
bigger than me now,
nigga. That wouldn't be no problem, bro.
Because my thing is, I was like, yo, how far would I really take it? Like, do I want to pull my daughter out, but then he's gonna look like a bitch? So do I want to just go there? I have to put hands on
your
that?
stipulation is where your son or daughter's getting washed and nobody's helping them. Why wouldn't you jump in and stop what's going on?
You should. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying, should I, at that point, do I have to jump in?
You also treading a very thin line there too, because once you put your hands on somebody's kid,
that's battery.
It's it's real shit, bro. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. That's a very deep thing. Do I just want to take my kid out of school?
In elementary school, my father, I had got into a little scuffle, and some kid basically literally snuffed me and ran. So
you know that happened to me before,
bro. So I ran after him, and the dude hopped the gate. And I'm not gonna lie, he's quick. So as soon as I hop the gate, he gonna hop back and just dip. My father, I guess, seen all of this happen, and bro, my father got out and was like, yo, he grabbed me. He was about to grab the other kid, but he was over the gate. So he's just like, yo, do y'all want to fight? If y'all want to fight, hop in the car right now, and we could go to the park and y'all can fight. The little kid was mad shook. I guess he didn't expect that, bro. The next day,
he ran away.
The next day, principal calls us in the office and everything. He's like, so we heard a complaint from me. You're talking about my father and shit like that. And I'm like, I'm telling you, bro, you putting your hands on a minor. It's a very
in this day and age, that's a very losing battle. Right?
So what would y'all do in that situation?
I'm like I said,
I might hire another kid. Yeah, I know, because the fight to go over
smart,
there.
Actually, I'm not going front.
I pay a kid on the side yo, here's a 50. Go beat that kid's ass.
But the kid is definitely going to snitch on you and say, yo, he paid me $50.
Yeah, how many kids is really going to keep that to
There's
themselves?
no proof.
Here's the $50.
that has that proof that came to me, it's $1. You can't chase that.
Yeah, they're gonna look at you like, so that he's just making this up, like out of the blue, like
it's a kid. What I'm supposed to do, bro?
you fucked up, son.
Like,
honestly, I see this narrative all the time. Like I see a lot of people in general, but they be like, "Oh, this is why I don't want to have kids," because for me, like I'm gonna basically protect mine. Like another narrative that could be like, you see a kid getting jumped, what are you gonna do? As a parent, I'm protecting my child, bro. Like whatever comes after that, it comes after that. I gotta protect my child at the end of the day.
Yeah,
that's the type of time I'm on.
I feel you, and like I said, I don't know what I would do in that situation. I know thinking about it with all that's encompassing, example jail and all that other stuff. It's like, all right, like I mean, this is more of a tough decision than it sounds like, you know. But obviously, in the moment, emotions take over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like anybody that I see that care about, whether it be my friends and if your blood, like. And I see you getting harmed, bro. There's gonna be an immediate reaction. Like I'm not even gonna think.
Even at my current school, like there was a whole thing that happened the other day, and like I said, basically kids that are not at my school got involved, and it's like I already had the instinct, like I'm protecting our kids. Feel me? Like whatever
niggas
happens.
Had a school on school beef already, bro. It's been like 3 weeks.
They keeping the feeling alive, bro. This shit ain't changed, son. This shit ain't changed, man. It's still bells at the end of the day. But
I forgot you was in the Ville.
Yeah, that shit is dead ass right off. It's on Bergen. Like
he in the hood.
Yeah, for real. The shit. The first and second day in recess, basically a guy was beating the shit out of his pit bull in front of everybody because it's a school park, but it's open to the public. Like
I'm crying.
So literally a guy was beating the shit out of his pit bull for at least 10 minutes, bro.
10-minute ass whooping,
bro. Sick.
That's OD.
I would have called Peter. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm snitching.
Bro, what? Bro. I'm OD. Yo, I think that's the one time I'd ever snitch, bro. If I see a nigga just valeting a dog for no reason.
Bro, literally, that shit was crazy. But listen, like I said, come with the territory. A quick pivot, because I've seen this narrative too. What happened? What are you gonna do if your girl getting jumped?
By some bitches?
By some women?
Yeah.
Beating them bitches up. What you talking about?
Yeah, I gotta jump in.
I'm dead snuffing bitches, bro. My girl,
I might not.
Snuffing is crazy. Snuffing is crazy. Snuffing is crazy. I'm not snuffing them, no.
I'm
not
bro, they're gonna hit you.
Hear me
out.
I
know that, but I'm still not snuffing them.
Hear me out. I gotta size them up. Because I'm not that big, so like I mean, if the girls are kind of big, where I know I can't
6 feet, John.
I can't bodybuilders,
not bodybuilders, just somebody like of my size.
Husk.
You know what I'm saying? Like exactly, Husk.
D1 power forwards.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're talking about linebackers.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't,
I'm talking about with the women.
If I can't separate and push out and get my girl out of there quick without getting harmed, then somebody might have to catch an elbow.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I don't advocate for it. But
I'm flipping like. I'll pick them up, toss them, shit like that.
I'm not gonna do that when Shorty's 5'7",
I don't think I could
165,
physically
bro.
put my fist in a woman's face, bro. I don't think I could do that, bro.
It's gonna be
the only times I would ever do that is if a woman is harming my mother or harming my wife or daughter, obviously. Like, I'm going to punch you in your grill, bro.
Mother that's like an instinct. I think that's like. But I don't think I'm gonna think
your
about
wife.
That. Yeah, that's it's really tough,
bro. Nah,
I don't know.
Because like I said, now we can think about
for everyone you heard.
I can't willingly say I'm gonna put my fist in a woman's face.
Like for everyone you heard.
It's tough for me to say too, bro.
I'm gonna protect them, but I can't. If it happens, it happens. But I'm not. I can't willingly say that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
listen. Don't get me wrong. I ain't no woman beater. I ain't never put my hands on a woman a day in my life. But if a group of women are harming a woman that I love, whether it be family or a love of my life, I'm gonna beat the shit out of them.
I might have to 8-ball jacket them.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of them, bro. Crazy.
I think I can open hand slap. But we talking about fist?
Yeah.
When you ball up fist,
they sleep.
It's crazy, bro. I'm not gonna.
You gotta take them off the board so they can't get back up and hit you.
Because I can't hit a woman because I have bony fists, bro. It's gonna hurt.
I'll be dead.
Don't be jumping. Don't be jumping my people.
I've asked a couple girls that like, yo, like, how do y'all feel if like, what are we like? Is it okay if we beat these girls up?
Ain't no okay, bro.
Most of the time they say yeah. I've only had like one girl say like, nah, like just get me out of there. Don't put your hands on these girls. I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna be on some Superman shit.
And then we both gonna be getting jumped.
Yeah, like I'm like, hey, I don't know.
Basically,
I'm just like, yo, I don't know.
I got long hair, bro. It's gonna start grabbing my ear. What am I supposed to do after that, bro?
I'm not gonna hold you yet, because that shit would hurt. I ain't gonna hold you. This is really my scalp, bro. This ain't no sewing, bro.
That's bad funny.
But closing out the Lunchroom Chatter, we're gonna move on to the microphone check. DJ sound.
Wicked.
DJ sound.
Wicked.
I had a quick thought this morning, and I wanted to think how y'all felt. Is social media ruining music?
I've been tracking that.
Why?
Because it just the whole allure of mystery is just gone.
Mm.
Like you realize that your favorite artist literally might be a cornball, and
Based
it's
off
like
the
a hard
rollout?
revelation to it's a hard revelation to grasp.
So you
like,
think it's ruining music off the strength of seeing them their personality?
Yeah, because like I said, like you didn't have so much access to these people's lives, so like you literally just it's literally judging them off the music, like, and then like especially in hip hop, you're talking about your life story or just experiences in general. At least that's what you expect,
Right.
Right.
And like now you see them posting their everyday life, and it's like, yo, you kind of a cornball, bro. I'm not gonna front, like, you not what I expect you to be. I don't know. It's like it's very disappointing. I'm not gonna lie.
Because for me, I look at it from a standpoint of like, we don't even give music the time to be like what music is supposed to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this album could be an hour and 20 minutes long. God forbid, I'm not listening to no album that long. But
Niggas say God
It's a
forbid.
Drake shit.
hour and 20. I don't think it's an hour.
It's like
20.
an hour
It's like
and
an
10.
hour and 10 though.
That's still long.
It's still long.
long.
But either way, because Kanye joint was way longer than that.
Yeah, I know one of them shits was like an hour and a half, bro.
Kanye was like 40 at the hour 40, I think. But either way,
That was mad long.
But either way, like the album will come out, it'll be an hour long, say, and like 45 minutes in, we getting this album is trash.
Yeah,
takes.
yeah,
We getting,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This
Drake
is the
shit
worst.
hour 26.
It's kind of long. I ain't gonna lie.
Smack long, bro. That's a movie.
You're right. That's one of them comedy movies.
Nah, it's like we said when Rainbow was here, like, you can make it through that album and know if it's trash or not in that first he filmed.
The first few songs, like
I don't believe that though, because I feel like especially if you have an album that long, it might not, like, some people, like, for me, like Drake's album for me personally doesn't start until like track 3. You know what I'm saying? Like the first 2 tracks is like,
you don't fuck with Champagne Poetry.
No,
it's cool, but it's not nothing like, it's on a
that
lower
might be his
tier.
worst intro.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's probably his worst intro.
Might
When you're comparing it to his intros,
And I
see,
only compare Drake to Drake. You feel me? I can't compare Drake to nobody
Yeah.
else. So I only compare Drake to Drake. And I personally, for me, I'm not really bumping Champagne Poetry.
It's between that and Fireworks for me.
I'm getting into his album at track 3 and going down. And there's other albums where it had less tracks, but I got into it like track 5. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't say it off the first 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like the album.
Now you definitely brought up a good point with like just the masses. Whenever there is a popular opinion, for the most part, people they sway to that.
And like
opinion.
people sleep on how much seeing something so often sways your personal thoughts. Like that's why nobody is an individual anymore, because everybody sees it all the time. There's a convo I want to have about that, but now I say that for like when we get up there and like we can like charge people to like watch us, because there's a very sensitive topic that will get us out of here that I want to talk about. But
Does it involve Onika?
no.
Okay, because I was gonna say she's a perfect example for right now. Like you thought she was one way, and look at what everything she's been doing. It's very corny behavior, and it's like, how can you? It just taints the music for me. Like I'd rather you dead ass be on some Kendrick shit or J. Cole shit.
Just
like
not be around.
Don't be on social media. Just when the music come out.
And that's why I love it, because like I don't know we never know what we're getting. And
Exactly.
I love that about it.
Exactly. That's how music was like when we were younger. You didn't know shit, bro. You only the closest you can get is reading shit in a magazine from an interview. Like I feel like it was, and then for artists, I would think it's more peaceful that way too.
But it's like, I guess they just like to feed their egos a lot too.
I feel like
And you got a market.
I was just about to say it's also some I feel like it's feeding ego. Others is literally being forced because they got to get their music out there. And this is the marketing what it is now. People don't care for a video, bro. Music video is like you can make it yourself.
Like no
for like $2.
Niggas that don't be putting emphasis in their music.
And even if you do spend $1 million on a video, it's like, is it even worth it anymore? Like,
you better get 100 million views or something.
You gotta do some shit like Drake and just literally make a video about giving $1 million away. Like, think about that, bro. That's crazy.
And
like,
nigga put that on a tax deduction.
It's what I'm saying. So it's like, I don't know. Should have just. Social media is weird, bro.
Bro, mad weird. I always tell this nigga, like, we just having random conversations. Like, the moment I get really, really involved with a woman, I'm gone, bro. I'm gone. I'm just gonna use social media for this, but that's it. Like, that's literally
Shout out to close friends. I feel like that's the best thing to happen in social media in a long time. That's just me personally.
Nah, close friends is cool, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want to be on the app really. Like, and it's the point where like it's almost like I feel like I have to go, and I feel like I want to fight that off. Like I don't want to feel like I need to be on the app at all.
The niggas don't
I
be
use
really looking
IG
at
for
nothing.
shopping now. Like IG is
IG shop.
like IG shop, but also like it keeps up with fashion for me because it's like it's so much boutiques and shit like now, and just
Yeah.
like that's literally I be on there. I just follow mad fashion pages. Either it could be somebody random shit or some known shit. Like that's literally I barely.
That's a cool way to use it.
I mean that's what literally I'll be using IG for. Twitter, you know, obviously is my social media choice right now, but even Twitter, it's starting to become
It's
weird.
losing its luster.
Yeah, like-
because like it's just everything is too political in the world right now. So like Twitter is obviously gonna be a reflection of
Yeah.
that, and it's just like I had to block the words COVID, vaccine, COVID-19. Like the thing about Twitter, you have to block it like exactly. So
Yeah.
like if like somebody wrote vaccines, I was like, why can't I see that? And I had to go back and like
You
Gotta
have
put
to change
the
the,
yeah.
you have to change the capital. Like you have to put a capital and
Yeah.
a capital vaccine and a lowercase vaccine.
Nah, that's
I
ridiculous.
was
bro.
like, bro, but yeah, let me just close it out because I don't want to go straight too far. But that was the microphone check, y'all. And we're going to move forward into the free segment. I don't got nothing for that. Whatever y'all want to insert for that little sound bite we usually do. But, all right. All right,
that
so
was a terrible.
That was the Cupid's chokehold? The shit with Travis Porter?
take a look at my girlfriend.
Oh, we.
Blah, blah, blah.
Come on, that's a classic.
It is.
That's a super classic.
That's on Travis McCoy.
Yeah.
This nigga Tiger cousin.
Facts.
That
No,
Yeah,
actually,
bro.
no, I heard that was a lie.
What?
Yeah, that was a lie.
Just to get Tiger up?
The label made them, run with that.
That's corny as hell. That made me dislike Tiger even more.
Let's get back into the show. First topic off of Free is what's a belief that you hold with which many people disagree?
I'm gonna start this off. I feel like I've said this unpopular opinion before in this show, but I want to go into depth. I don't see why Future's such a big rapper. Like I don't understand
No,
it.
I understand it.
I understand.
See?
He's
I
really
understand.
nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's my.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, way too sexy. I hate that song, but Future got off on there, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Bro, he did. Yeah, he did
He's just
big.
nice. Like, he's a
Like, don't
Bro,
get me
Future
wrong.
does no wrong,
Do not
bro.
get me wrong.
Future does no wrong.
Listen,
Don't get me wrong. I don't think Future's whack. I never said that. Like, I fuck with Future, but I don't put him at the top, like the creme de la creme that everybody
I
else.
think
be
when you
putting him on.
review the tape, you
The
might
catalog is crazy, bro.
The-
He do got a good catalog, but I can't. It's not.
the tape. I mean, like, it's like when we talking Atlanta Hall of Fame, like Future gotta be
You gotta throw him in there.
almost top 5.
But niggas be
If
putting
not-
him. Niggas be
He's,
putting.
he's top 3.
Niggas
You
be
think
putting
he's
him
top
at
3?
No lie, at this point he might be top
Yeah, nah.
3.
For Atlanta, he has to be top 3.
He might be top 3,
You gotta
bro.
for top 3. You gotta put Outkast, Future, and Ti. I'm jacking.
T.I.
Yes.
has, I feel like is no longer on top 5.
Bro, what?
I think T.I. has to be top.
You
I
have
don't
to
think
put
T.I.
him.
is top
What?
5, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
T.I. had too much of a moment.
I
to
feel
be
like his
honest.
Bro, he
music-
was a
I
bridge.
I hear y'all, but I'm telling you, it's already happening, in my opinion, that his music is not aging well.
Oh, okay.
So it's not. I don't think it's gonna hold the test of time.
But
Because I'll even give you a Young Thug to be top 5 over T.I. And I don't like Young Thug, but I respect what he did to the game. And his music is gonna Young Thug music is gonna age better than T.I.'s.
I see that point, but I don't know because I feel like there's legends we hold high that their music probably didn't age.
And then you
as
got,
well.
like I said, you got
know,
Gucci Mane, you got Young Jeezy, you
I'm
got.
putting Ti over Gucci and Jeezy.
You
That's
are
me
wild.
personally.
Nah, I can't
That's
do
me
that.
personally. That's me personally. I guess
over-
that's another
over-
unpopular opinion, y'all.
Over, yeah, Gucci and Jeezy, that's tough.
That's
a
me.
tough put over.
Because I was a big
Because I
T.I.
fuck with
fan
Jeezy
growing up.
more than Gucci, but I know what Gucci did. You know what I'm saying? So I can't.
What's y'all though? Y'all belief.
For me, it's a weird one, but this is kind of what I could come up with at the time being of what I had to think about it. I believe that in the next 50 years, this planet will no longer exist.
50 years.
50
50 to 55 years. That's my theory.
Okay.
It's just me. I'm crazy. Leave me alone.
Okay.
But I believe with the rate that things are deteriorating, the rate that people are in division, I believe that we will self-destruct.
2 generations from now, self-destruction is what you jacking.
I believe it.
Sheesh.
That
That's
was
dark.
very dark.
That's very
Facts.
dark.
I thought my shit was gonna be deep, but damn.
Or not. I mean, listen.
I mean, I hit, like I said,
Hey.
they got the is it climate control? That's the technical term for it.
For what?
For like the global warming and everything. That's
I mean,
going on?
like climate change.
Oh, so climate change. But I mean, I hear you. Climate change. There's supposedly been a lack of resources, natural resources, for mad long. You know, like what Ben Jacket, human
And
beings.
they're not making it to space. I'm just letting that be
Human
known.
beings are like the worst thing that happened to the earth. Like I think a movie said that or some shit. But like, human beings are like the worst thing that happened to the earth.
Nah, for a fact,
all we do is take.
I
We don't
always
give
say
back.
that.
We don't give back to the
I
the
always
world.
say that we are the worst things that ever happened to this shit.
That ass.
So where do you think those people that went up to space actually went?
I don't know, bro.
To set up shop.
Like I could pick things up and put it back down. I'm pretty sure they can just go up and go back down.
So you think they just went really high up and went right back down? They're not in space right now. 'Cause they said they're gonna be in space for 3 days.
I mean, hey, like if they think they're in space,
All
that's
right,
cool.
all right. What about you, Ray?
For me, it's some shit I've been jacking, but the world would be better if there was no religion. The world would be a way better place if there was no religion. You do with that what you feel, but like I said, like religion is probably like one of the most downfall of men. Like wars have been started for fucking religion, for the dumbest shit.
Millions,
Feel me?
billions
Like
dead
people have been slaughtered because of religion
because of
purposes.
their
Like
belief.
all because what? I believe in a different God than you.
That's that
Like this shit
crazy.
is so stupid to me. Like
Or to force somebody to believe in what you believe in if they don't believe in anything.
exactly, and
It's
it's
definitely.
it's just it makes no sense to me, and I feel like people should grasp the concept of that
I
better.
feel like with
That's a good
everything in the world, though, things started with great purpose, and eventually, as it evolved, it declined in usefulness and in appropriate usage for it. So basically, like I'm pretty sure religion was cool back then because it gave people something to believe in, you know, something to look forward to, so on and so forth, some reason to live. You know what I'm saying?
But that-
obviously,
is that-
as it came through and years going on, and people had the crusades and wars like that, you know, were forcing people to believe what they want to believe. That's where, you know, things started to go wrong. Where like, oh, what, you don't believe in this? No, I'm forcing you to believe
This
Like,
is it. This is the way.
That, you know what I'm saying? That's when it went wrong. You know what I'm saying?
See what you just said? I've literally said that for a long. That's my problem with religion. Is what you just said. As far as it's, in my opinion, people use religion as an excuse to basically give meaning to their life, and I feel like that's a problem, at least
But
to
I
me.
mean, what?
Because it's like
Like people are just living for God.
yeah, like yo, like
be a servant.
we live on Earth. This is real life. Like
Right.
what you're putting your, again, the word is faith.
Mm-hmm.
You could put your faith in anything. Why choose to put your faith in something that's like, in my opinion, not as tangible as something like love? At least love you could associate with your people that you love. You can't like prove you can't hold love. Feel me? Why but people don't grasp that, but they grasp God.
I mean, I'm gonna speak here as the Christian dude here.
That's just my like.
No,
I said,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm never knocking. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
we bros. Like I'm never. You know what I'm saying? Even if we weren't, I'm never knocking anybody's opinion. But I will say that in terms of like living just for like living's sake, like I don't want to take this too far because I don't want to stray too far. But it's like with what I believe, everything was created for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So if I believe in God. So He created all those things, the feelings, the emotions, all that came after He created, you know, the first two beings. So with that being said, obviously they say sin came into the picture and things got messed up. Everything, you know, trickle down effect. So basically, like there would be nothing to look forward to if it wasn't for Him. So that's why I can see why people look towards God as that, because there wouldn't be that without Him. That's why I see that as that. That's just my point. Not to contest your point. That's just my point on it.
I mean, like I said, it's way, whether it's me or something, there's a lot of gripes. There's a lot of gripes.
And understandably so.
For me?
I would never say that.
And I just feel like I said, like if there was no religion, I feel like the world might be a better place. Like we should try one, like for a month. Like all churches shut down. Like, well,
The Catholic Church not gonna do that.
of course not. They too busy fucking with little boys.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Next.
Trying to get blackballed. Moving
Is that
forward.
a fact though?
Moving forward, we kind of at a little dark pace, so I guess this kind of rolls right into it.
It's not dark. It's necessary conversation.
Darker, necessary conversation.
Man.
But suicide awareness. I don't know if you guys whoever's watching this or listening to this are familiar, but a few weeks back, maybe
I feel like it was a month.
mid-August or early August.
Maybe. Yeah.
There was a person on social media. He was a friend of a good amount of people, clearly, and basically he had posted his last picture with a long message stating, you know, you know, basically it's a suicide letter. He was leaving this earth, and basically, you know, stating why and so on and so forth. And it got a lot of popularity, obviously, because, you know, that's just crazy. It's just a crazy thing to see. Now, with that being said, Ray wanted to talk about, you know what I'm saying, what are signs of depression, and can you tell that you're depressed in the moment? Because I'm pretty sure, obviously, he was depressed for a long time. That's what's usually what leads to that, you know, outcome. So I wanted to bring that to the table on Ray's behalf, you know?
I mean, he said in the actual post, like, he's actually, you know, tried to not be depressed. Like, for me, this is something I guess he's been dealing with for a long time. So it's just like, it made me think, because I'm just like, y'all know my face when I was taking mad Xans. For me,
what's your phrase?
Phase.
Oh, they said phrase.
When I was taking mad Xans and stuff like that.
Yeah, very scary.
And like sometimes I like think about that moment, and in the moment I felt happy. I didn't feel depressed. Feel me? Like, I was having a good time. But like, as I've gotten older, you know, like, that phase is obviously behind me, I'm like, was I depressed? Because I mean, like, I was in college going, like, stressing out and shit like that, and I guess like that was my outlet. And I'm like, was I masking my depression?
It might.
Because I'm just like, I didn't feel depressed. Like, I still don't really know. Like, I know people are depressed. I don't really know when I'm depressed sometimes. Like, I'm just using my outlets, which it's not healthy, but sometimes, you know, weed and drugs are my outlet to, like, relieve stress.
Yeah.
Well, first thing I'll say to that, I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
First thing I'll say to that is, one, everybody has their something. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is, like we were just talking about religion. Like, everybody has their thing they go to when they're feeling a type of way, stress or whatever. And the thing is, like, our bodies work in a way, like, our brain is just so crazy that sometimes you don't feel it, but it's doing things for you just because, like, it needs to react, you know? So you going through that phase, you may not have felt depressed, and I try not to use depression and stuff like that lightly, because I feel like that term gets thrown around a little too lightly these days. But however, I do feel like with the school stress and stuff like that, it wasn't the type of depression where, like, you had to, like, seclude yourself, you didn't want to be with your friends. It's kind of type of depression where it's like, yo, I'm kind of running from this. Yeah. This is like, if I'm off the Xans, I'm with my guys, I don't really have to think about this. Yeah. So that could be that form of what depression was. And that's why you probably didn't realize it, because you were like, I'm happy. Like, that's
literally like what I've realized as I've gotten older. Like, and I think about that moment, I'm just like, damn, like,
that was
maybe I was just masking my depression. Feel me? Like, and I'm like, I wonder if, like, you know, like, because my whole thing is, like, with this guy, I'm pretty sure he has, like, he even said it in the post, like I'm sorry to everyone.
Naming people.
Like, naming people, like, I tried my best. Like, literally, he said, I tried my best. And that shit is mad, bro. That shit is mad sad.
No,
but wow. It's like they say, your mans can literally be mad happy. Like, we associate all the time. Like, for me, but when we alone by ourselves, it's going through what we're going through, or you got yourself. And it's like, when do you know? And if you do know or you don't know, it's like, I remember when it first came out, people were like, oh, what is checking in on your mans and stuff like that. I remember we talked about that too, like, what exactly is checking in? But it's more so like, what are the, like, I don't think there are clear-cut signs of you're going through something to show depression.
It's different for everybody, I would assume. Yeah. You know?
Like, it's just like, it's hard to fathom, like, yo, your mans can really be in front of you mad happy, but, like, at home, really going through it. And it's just like a mind fuck to me, because it's like I said, in that moment, I was happy as fuck of mad Xans and shit like that. But I look back and I'm just like, nah, I was really stressing the fuck out. Low
I've had
key.
revelations like that as well with other, not necessarily Xans and stuff, but like with women. Yeah. Like, for me, like, anytime I was messing with a girl and, like, we might have fell off and I might have liked her, like, I just suppressed that, but, like, I don't need her. Like,
so you would say that's your outlet? It
was an form of outlet, you know what I'm saying? And I would also smoke a little more weed, things of that nature. I would do a couple different things. Like, I wouldn't suppress it with just one thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like, I came to that realization, like, yo, I might have been depressed because, like, it was something that I was running from. I was running from dealing with actually what was going on. Like, I was sad. I was actually, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, it wasn't cool to be, like, upset that you lost a shorty. That's never been the cool thing for dudes. So, like, you know what I'm saying? That's a realization I've also come to in my lifetime too, just to share that.
Shit, the most recent time I know I was depressed for a fact was not too long ago. It was a couple months ago, and I told y'all niggas I was like, and I would hope, like, for y'all and for our close friends that we have that type of transparency where if a nigga going through something, you could, like, tell me, like, dead ass tell me, bro. But yeah, like, shit, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was in my room way more than usual. I was smoking way more weed than usual. I was ordering out. I wasn't giving a fuck about my finances. Like, I was just buying shit just to buy it. Like, it was just dark, bro. Dark time. Like, but
I mean, but good shout out to you for being able to identify it within yourself, because I mean, sometimes you don't, like Ray said, sometimes you don't even know, and then
that's what I'm saying. Yo, bro,
I always say slippery slope, bro.
Literally, I feel like I just came to that realization maybe like a week or two ago, because sometimes, like I said, I think about that, and it's just like
hindsight is 20/20, bro.
Facts.
Hindsight is that shit came, like, when I came over with my realization, I was like, yo, hindsight is really 20/20. That's really perfect vision, bro.
And like I said, because it's just like I know y'all was saying y'all were concerned for me, and like in the moment I'm like, this is not a big deal for me.
Nah, bro, you was that scaring me, bro.
Nah, I mean, I understand. Like, from outsiders looking in, I could understand. And like I said, y'all being my mans and shit, y'all did what a friend is supposed to do, is check in for me and shit like that. And like, obviously, you know, that's what I guess you could say is checking in with your mans to make sure he's Gucci if you see that he's going through some shit. But obviously, at the end of the day, I had to get over that shit myself. Feel me? Like, and I'm glad I got over it. It wasn't really that hard for me to get over it, to be honest with you. But for others, it's really difficult. And that's what's just the scary part, is because it's like, you can see a man's going through some shit, try to help as much as you can, but it's like, when you get to this point with this guy, like, it's like really sad. But it's like, that's why I call it necessary conversation, because I feel like, at least for me, I guess we could talk about maybe like healthy outlets, because obviously, like I said, smoking weed and doing drugs is not healthy at all. It's not. For me to deal with your depression or whatever you're going through. For me, I've realized talking is very healthy for me. Like, I like to talk. So talking about our problems and shit that we're going through, it actually makes me feel better, like, once we leave from here. Every single time, like, we catch up before we start recording and shit like that, I feel good. For me, and I go home like, damn, okay, I'm glad I got that shit off my chest. And it's like, that's I feel like my healthy way of going out. Outside of, like, I know other people, they say exercise.
Yeah, working out definitely helps.
Yeah, working out probably saved me.
When I was in that rabbit hole, I didn't even want to work out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not even trying to do the thing that will make me feel better. So it was just, if you going through that, man, I really hope that you have somebody to talk to.
You gotta power through, son.
Yeah. Like, I mean, because the thing is, having somebody to talk to is great, but like, and ultimately, you gotta find the discipline and like the self will. Like, you gotta want to live for
within yourself.
You know that's the toughest part, because you gotta want to do it for you. Like, I could want it as much as I want for you. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be from you.
That's important to say, Mo, because like, honestly, I have like depressive episodes like in between. To tell you the truth, like just yesterday, like, you know, I had like a little situation like I thought something was gonna happen, but it wasn't happening, and I'm like, fuck, here we go again. But like you said, like I went through like a very low point, like I want to say like right after, like in between like March of like 2017 up until like that fall, I was going through like something pretty dark. But like through like a lot of reading, like self-building up, self-resiliency, I've like built up like, all right, I'm not gonna do this again. Like, you know, like I'm stronger than, you know, staying down.
Right,
so, like,
right.
Like, frequently, don't get me wrong, like, I still have episodes where I'm like, damn, man, like, I must be cursed or some shit like that, but I'm like, nah, man, like, that's not the way to talk to yourself.
Yeah, so. You got big yourself up. Hype yourself up.
Positive self-talk is what that's
reading, too, that's a good point. Reading helps me, too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to work towards. I feel like everyone, as you get older, you're supposed to work towards healthy outlets. Like, as much as I smoke weed, and I like weed, I don't want to do that forever. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I feel like that's the first step. It's realization, and then you actually put into action.
Execution.
Nah, for sure. Great talk, and that leads perfectly into like the next topic, which is what makes you happy, and when's the last time you felt happy. I know for me, like Ray just touched on it, like this, what we do here is very cathartic for me, just because like I'm all the way out in Long Island. Like, I don't really have no Long Island friends. You feel me? Like, it's really just me, and even my shorty, she don't live in Long Island. Like, I only see her like a couple times a week. So it's like, you feel me? I really love getting together. Like, I've never want to dodge a pod or nothing, because like, when do I get to do this? And like, being that I did lose somebody recently, you know what I'm saying, close, I'm like, yo, like, and I'm really still not over that, but like, it's like, I just need to cherish every moment, because you don't know.
Facts.
You really don't know, bro.
Facts.
So that's this for me, and like, I'm happy now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be my last time happy. Like, I'm happy now.
As tired as I am when I came over here, this shit really feels good talking with y'all niggas. So for me.
Yeah, I definitely concur with him. Like, being around people that I love, like genuinely love, and I know that genuinely love me is the best feeling in the world, bro. Like, that's the best feeling in the world. And making money. I love making money. That should make me happy as fuck. Whoever told you that money can't buy happiness, I think they lied to you, brother. Because that should make me happy. That should make me happy.
It used to make me happy, but now it's like, I think it's what I'm doing
with the
to
money?
make the money.
Oh, okay.
That's making me happy.
That's a big
of course. That is why I'm so happy now, bro. Because you're doing what you want to do.
Saying, bro.
I'm doing what I want to do. We're making money. Like, yeah, bro.
It's a different feeling, bro. I've never experienced this feeling.
Like you waking up, you're not like,
and I'm like, damn, facts. Like I actually like want to go to work.
And that's when I had to realize I had to recently put in my 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm not feeling like I want to go to work anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like I'm being dragged. And I feel like, especially the field I work in, you deserve somebody that wants to go to work every day. You don't deserve somebody that's coming there trying to fulfill a quota. So you did, like, you know what I'm saying, in that social services field. So that's why I had to realize, I'm like, yo, let me get myself out of this and let them do what they got to do, you know?
Facts.
But so moving on from that, we're going to close out the show with the cookie crumbs. And we got, how much stock do we put into our partner's family's mental health history?
This was a great question by Fredo. Because I'm thinking about my previous relationships. I didn't even think about it like in the moment. But when I look back on it, like my last two, I can't really say for the most recent one because I didn't really know her parents that well. But the one prior to that, her mother's fucking crazy. And that in itself played a part as to how her daughter like acts. So, and I never really thought of it like that. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, I think that'll be very important to know, like just to understand why your lady would act the way she acts or react the way she acts to reacts to different things. So that's very important, Fred. That was a great question.
I feel like this also comes with the territory, you know, like people, it might not be mental health per se, but people like they do act like, okay, like obviously it's your father in your life. Feel me? And then like obviously, you know, they have, if the father not in life, you know, typically daddy issues. For me, if you don't have a good relationship with your mother, you know that you have mommy issues. That shit like trickles down to how you are as a person. For me, so like in a sense, to me, I guess I never thought of it as mental health, but like in a sense, that is mental health in a sense. Yeah. I mean, as of this is the first time again, like I'm actually getting to know a person on a deeper level. So like, all of this stuff is new to me, but it's definitely something like the relationship they have with their father, how they associate, stuff like that. But also, I feel like as much as, you know, I think it just comes with like being in a relationship per se. Like, they could have a bad relationship with their parents or just they have a history of mental health in their family and stuff like that. It's like a choice you have to make if you want to deal with that at the end of the day.
That's a fact.
Because for me, like this is the person you're dealing with. At the end of the day, that's how they are. Yeah. This is the reason, the revelation of why they are the way they are. It's up to you if you want to accept that. Now, you can also voice the discussion and say like, okay, in my opinion, as long as you are not content with the way you're acting, you're voicing that you want to change and break whatever cycle that is, I'm going to be behind you. But if you are content and I see no effort to change,
yeah, that's different.
That's a totally different ballgame.
That's an important point. I was actually that was my point, which is like, it's about the effort to change, you know what I'm saying? Because like, after a certain while, like, with me, like, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off and I'm going to straight up tell you, like, you know, like, I noticed, like, your mom is like this and, like, I didn't...
you want to say it like that?
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like, if you got that kind of rapport and, like, for me, like, that's how I talk to people. Like, I'm going to just tell you straight up, like, yo, like, your mom kind of nuts, like, you know what I'm saying, or like, you know what I'm saying, not gonna like be like, yo, it's like she might have mental health. I'm just like, yo, like your mom kind of crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and I would ask them like how you think that affected you and like what it was like growing up. And, you know, from there we'll have a conversation. And, you know what I'm saying, and then at that point, if we're having that conversation, I've kind of stemmed already and know what that person's not relationship, but like their relationship with their stance and how they act in certain situations as well. So, you know what I'm saying, you got to kind of gauge it from there. And like you said, then if you want to change something or whatever, you bring it up. And, you know, if they want to change it, then that's on them. And if you want to deal with them not changing it, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like, you got to decide what you're willing to deal with. Because it's like, I don't want to bond through trauma. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want all our deep discussions to be about everything that's bad that's happening.
Yeah.
And everything like that. Like,
I never thought about that.
It's moving
Yeah,
past
it's
that.
mad negative people.
That's not help. I mean,
like, even though you got to vent about it, like, I don't want to gravitate.
I guess
That's
that's not healthy. Facts like trauma bonding isn't healthy.
Nah, yeah, like, you gotta decide, like, because everybody goes through something. So
Yeah.
if you're involved with somebody that goes through a lot, and you can't take that on, you kind of got to move yourself from that situation, because it's like, you know, that rubs onto you in your life, you know, because you got to carry that weight. When you're in a relationship, you carry responsibility. So it's like, you kind of just got to, like, it's selfish in a way, but that's how it's got to be too.
Yeah. I mean,
don't get me wrong, for the person that you love, you're going to fight through it, but that's not like something that I think you'll be like trained to do. Like, you'll just do it intuitively.
my father always says, to this day, in his opinion, love is a choice.
It is.
You wake up every day.
It's not a feeling. It's a choice. Because you wake up every day and you're choosing love. One day you could wake up and not choose love anymore.
Violence.
That's why I say marriage is not necessarily based on love.
I agree.
You know what? As I've gotten older, I could definitely agree with that. It's based on a whole lot more than just love.
Way more.
Because people, like, growing up, people made it seem like, oh, if you love somebody, you know,
it's
you
enough.
marry them. Like,
I don't think love is enough.
It's not enough at all.
It's not enough.
That's another conversation for another day.
Yeah, that's another topic. But with that being said, we can close out the show. I just want to thank everybody for pulling up on a Friday after work. Now y'all see how I be feeling. But
I'm tired.
With that being said, this was the Lunchroom Podcast. Catch y'all later.